Hey friends, welcome to the video. You saw the title, you know what you're here for, but I'm going to start structuring my videos to be useful for both brand new players and veterans alike, so you will both find something valuable here. If you've never been to Xur before, who is a vendor, we are going to the EDZ in Winding Cove. His location changes each week. On the Friday reset he appears. The reset is, I believe, noon Eastern. I'm not sure of the other time, maybe 9 a.m. Pacific. Regardless, you know how to do time conversions. So usually you see other players at Xur, so just follow the blue HUD. Xur is a vendor that brings exotic armor pieces and legendary weapons that are unobtainable, because Destiny kind of vaults its content as it brings new content. It puts old content away, and sometimes Xur sells weapons from that old content that can be valuable. One bug to mention is that I bought this Dire Promise from Xur, and the masterwork changed from stability to range, which makes it a pretty good Dire Promise, but that's not why we're here. It's just worth mentioning. So if you're a new player, always pick up this exotic engram because it's going to be something that you do not have. So therefore, if you don't want a chance at getting the Doomfang Pauldron on a Titan, then pick up this exotic engram because there is a chance that if you haven't already picked this up, it will be a Doomfang Pauldron, and you don't want two of those. Maybe you do. I'm not sure. Anyhow, the point of today's video, you saw it in the title, is the exotic hand cannon Hawkmoon and the exotic scout rifle Deadman's Tail. I already have a best in slot Deadman's Tail. This is the best it can possibly be. A sight that gives it recoil control and a stock that gives it stability, with a magazine perk called High Caliber Rounds that increases flinch. So why Vorpal Weapon is important is because it does extra damage to Guardians in a super and boss enemies in PvE. So if you do not have a Deadman's Tail with Vorpal Weapon, pick this up because this could be a long time before he brings one. If you do have Vorpal Weapon, instead of spending your exotic Cypher, which is something Xur usually sells down here by my mouse cursor, I already picked it up. It's this quest Xenology. You have to play 21 games of Crucible, Strikes, or Gambit, so just whatever is the fastest for you. Think extra progress for wins, but don't worry about that, just get it done. You can use Xenology on an extra exotic engram, which is worth it if his Hawkmoon and his DMT is bad, but unfortunately for us this week, he has a best-in-slot Hawkmoon and a Vorpal DMT. Let's check real quick. This is Extended Barrel, which pushes the recoil direction. It's a hidden stat up to 99. The closer recoil direction is to 100, the more stable the gun is going to feel, the more predictable the recoil. Steady rounds is good because stability helps mitigate those jumps in a recoil pattern. But range is also valuable too, because range has hidden ties to aim assist, which is another hidden stat. Fitted stock doesn't really help out because we already have extended barrel helping the recoil. So I would rate this maybe a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 4 out of 5. So it's very, very good regardless. So if you do not have Vorpal Weapon, pick up this Deadman's Tail. But if you do, this is the meat of the video right here. This Hawkmoon is 5 out of 5. It's perfect. 10 out of 10. Here's why. Extended Barrel pushes the recoil direction up to 100, which makes it the best it can possibly be, while maintaining a lethal mix of both range and stability, from the stock giving increased stability while decreasing handling speed. You're taking a double hit to handling speed, so handling is pretty much as low as it can be on this weapon. However, Hawkmoon's intrinsic trait, if we read here on Destiny Item Manager, oh, maybe not read on Item Manager. Might have to read it in-game. You know what I have to do? I have to... Never mind. This is it. Grants increased handling, reload speed, and weapon range based on the number of stacks of paracausal charge. So by landing headshots, you get paracausal charge, therefore giving you more handling, reload speed, and weapon range. Handling is something you get for free by using the gun. But the main perk on it is Eye of the Storm. The weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower. which is insane for a primary weapon because you're always getting shot when you use it. So it's just like having free accuracy and free handling just for getting shot at. But not to mention, you land your headshots and you get free handling anyway. So it mitigates the losses of handling that you would get from the barrel and stock. So therefore, this is a perfect Hawkmoon. You get the most range and most stability possible while maintaining 100 recoil direction for the best shooting experience. Do not skip this Hawkmoon. It is that good. I'll show you the Hawkmoon that was my daily driver Hawkmoon for a long time. I couldn't quite find this roll that you see from Xur right now. This is full bore, so it increases range but decreases stability. It's kind of bad for Hawkmoon purposes, but it does push out the range as far as it can possibly go. It is a pain to shoot because it does not have 100 recoil direction. It has, I think, 96. Yeah, 96 recoil direction. And to the untrained eye, you might be saying, oh, 96 is close enough to 100. It's probably going to feel good. Trust that 100 feels even better. So I put a lot of kills on a lot of different Hawkmoons. I know 254 isn't that big of a number, but across all my Hawkmoons, thousands of kills. This was my favorite of all of the Hawkmoons, and to think that Xur brought a better Hawkmoon. While I'm here, I would say a perk to keep an eye out from week to week is if he brings the opening shot perk on Hawkmoon or Hipfire Grip. Hipfire Grip is surprisingly lethal on a hand cannon. Here's another tip for Hawkmoon users, is if you go to your boots, you will see something right here called a hand cannon holster. So if you put your Hawkmoon away, it's in your backpack, it will reload ammo over time, which helps reset its perk. Its perk is, if you land headshots, you get paracausal shots, and then the final bullet of the magazine, the clip, will deal extra damage. If you have 6 stacks of paracausal shots, you can one-shot a Guardian, and if you have 7, you can one-shot them in the body or kill a super. So this is an amazing weapon because any damage you put in PvP is not wasted. So if you put a couple shots in and the enemy runs away to hide in the spawn, that's okay. It's not wasted. You're working towards your one-shot, which is why Hawkmoon is such a strong pick in the meta. I think that's all worth mentioning here. So pick up the new Hawkmoon if you don't have a Vorpal DMT, and don't forget that hand cannon holster makes it very easy to get to 7 paracausal stacks on that final round. Hope you found something valuable in this video. I'm going to quickly browse through the rest of Xur's inventory while we're here. I should mention that Lucky Pants has a synergy with Hawkmoon where you can stack 3 hand cannon holsters on the same armor piece because it inherently has hand cannon holster. I don't like Eye of the Storm with Lucky Pants though. I like Hipfire with Lucky Pants because it makes it amazingly accurate hipfire. This sniper rifle Frozen Orbit has Snapshot on it. You might not see one of these for a very long time, so I would advise picking it up if you have any tendency to snipe. The armor I think is all low stat rolls, so you can skip this across all characters, though if you want the cosmetic transmog, I think you have to buy it just to unlock it once.
Bringing in a fortified mining lander. I believe this means a resource grab.
Again, I hope you found this video useful. Share it with your friends if they're on the fence about buying the Hawkmoon or the DMT instead of just gambling the engram. And keep in mind, if you do want exotics, you can do either Nightfalls or Grandmaster Nightfalls whenever they unlock to get exotic armor at the end reward. Or you can do, I believe, Legend and Master Lost sectors, so right here. Today is Chamber Starlight, and it has exotic chest armor. So this is a much more guaranteed way to kind of curb your RNG and have a smaller pool of items to sift through as you get rewards. Take care, everybody. I will probably be streaming some competitive playlists, trying to figure out the ins and outs of Titan, taking a lot of L's while doing it, and learning along the way. See you there. Take care.